Hi vinyl community, Mike here, and today's video is a response to a video put out by Ben Rankins down in Melbourne, Australia a few days ago. Now, Eagle-Eyed Ben has noticed that quite a few of us, in fact probably 99.9% of us in the vinyl community, are not exactly youngsters. You know, there are a lot of spring chickens around in the vinyl community, put it that way. And he's also noticed that the stuff that we show on the VC reflects our senior citizen status. So he's decided to try and redress the balance. And his video was called 5 times 10. And the 5 refers to the last 5 years. So that's 2019 up to 2023. And the 10 refers to the band or the artist. Now, what he wants us to do is to show our favourite albums from each of those 5 years. But the band or artist can't have been around for more than 10 years. Although I think he did stipulate that it might be difficult for some of us old dinosaurs. So he will accept a bit of leeway on that, I think. But anyway, I always find it very difficult to choose my favourite albums. So what I thought I'd do is I'd show a selection of albums very quickly from each of the 5 years. But then at the end of each year, I'll show an album where I went to see the band when they were touring that album. So here goes. So first off, it's 2019. So first album, this is Rosalie Cunningham, and this is a self-titled album. There it is, and on the inner sleeve there's a nice picture of Rosalie on one side and the lyrics on the other. Now, if you don't know, Rosalie was the lead singer with a psych sort of heavy rock band called Person. That's P-U-R-S-O-N. And as I say, this is a self-titled album, and it's absolutely brilliant. Second off, a bit more sort of female fronted psych, and this is Josephine Orne and The Liberation, and this album is called Sacred Dreams. They're absolutely brilliant band. Their album from I think 2016, Mirage, is absolutely brilliant. So there you go. There's the inner with a couple of photos on. So that's Josephine Orne, and then another female singer, and that's the brilliant Aldous Harding from New Zealand. She's one of my favourites. She's absolutely brilliant, and this album, Designer from 2019, I think this is Aldous Harding at her very best, and I'd recommend it to anybody. And of course, you know, being Australia, being a thread started by Ben, I shouldn't really mention the self-titled debut album by Melbourne's own Amyl and the Sniffers. So there you go, bit of punk. But the album that I went to see the band live doing this, so this is Ibibio Sound Machine. They're absolutely brilliant. They're a real sort of good time band. They're from London. The lead singer there, she's called Eno Williams, and she's so brilliant. She's a brilliant front person. And in the middle there, you've got all the band, and I think that picture or that collage really sort of sums up what Ibibio Sound Machine are all about. You know, it's West African funk, it's disco, but it's mixed with a bit of post-punk and electro. And every time I've seen them, they've been absolutely brilliant. I saw them upstairs at the Belgrave Music Hall in Leeds, and the place was absolutely packed, and it was an absolutely brilliant night. So there you go, Ibibio Sound Machine. And the album is called, I better tell you, Doko Mien, and it's brilliant. Right, so it's 2019. Let's get on. 2020, and start off with these guys. All-female post-punk band, Goat Girl. I think this is their second, maybe their third album, and it's called On All Fours. And I always like the artwork on their albums. It's always very similar to this. And I don't know if there's anything interesting in here. Yes, yeah. So there's the there's a lyric sheet there, and then you get a sort of a nice inner. It's a double album. I won't show you the other one. Right. Second off, another female singer, and this is Vanessa Francis and her album Land of No Junction. The title of the album comes from the mishearing of the name of a Welsh railway station, Llandudno Junction. So there you go, Land of No Junction, Vanessa Francis. This is a lovely album. Right, but the band I did go and see, if I can find it, they're a post-punk band. They're from Todmorden in West Yorkshire, and they're called Workingmen's Club, and this is their debut album. As you can see, it's been signed by a couple of the members of the band who I think popped into Jumbo Records and signed a couple of the albums, and I was lucky enough to get one. They're absolutely brilliant. I saw them at the at Leeds University Students' Union, and they're absolutely brilliant live band. Tracks on here are really good. There's a lovely one, John Cooper Clarke, a great tribute to a great punk poet. Be My Guest is another great one. But all round, you know, I absolutely love Workingmen's Club. They're a bit sort of what shall I say? They're post-punk, but they have quite a big slice of acid house sort of thrown in there, and there you go. So that's Workingmen's Club and their self-titled debut album, and I saw them at Leeds University. Right, on to 2021, and this is Black Country New Road. For the first time, this is their debut album. Really love this band. There you go. It's a nice sort of white vinyl. Again, they're a bit avant. They're a bit post-punk, and you know, they do their own thing basically, and I love them for it. An album that a band that gets shown quite a lot, and this is the great post-punk band from Sweden, and this is the Viagra Boys and Welfare Jazz, and again, I love them. What have we got? Let's have a look at the inner there. I like that. There's a nice cover of John Prine's In Spite of Ourselves on this, and it's duetted with Amy Taylor from Amyl & Sniffers. And of course, you know, I shouldn't really mention Amyl & Sniffers, but there you go, their second album was out in 2021, and there they are. But the band that I'm going to show you, the one that I saw live, and they were brilliant, and this is Snapped Ankles, and this is their album, Forest of Your Problems, and it's a special edition. It came in this recycled bag. There you go. It's signed by the band, and they're sort of post-punk, experimental, bit of krautrock influences in there, and they take a lot of care with their live shows, and because of the kind of eco theme of this album, the band dressed up as trees basically, and these postcards came with the album. that sort of give you a sort of idea there. You know, you've got the microphone stands, are sort of like bits of tree, and it's absolutely, their shows are absolutely brilliantly choreographed, and you know every move, you know, is sort of planned, and they're brilliant. And in fact, I saw Snap Tankles at the brilliant Broodnow Social Club, and it was a couple of days after I'd seen Working Men's Club with their debut album. So although they're released in different years, because of COVID and everything, there are all these gigs backed up, and you know, they just happened to be within a couple of days of each other. So that was a great weekend. I think one was on Thursday, one was on Saturday. So that was brilliant. So that's Snap Tankles, and their album Forest of Your Problems from 2021. Right, so 2022. Well, I've talked about these guys a lot. Leeds' very own Yard Act, and this is the Overload. This is the Jumbo Record Special Edition, and I managed to get #1 out of 100, which I boasted about before. They've got a new album out in February, I think, anyway, sometime early in the new year, and I've already pre-ordered it. So the brilliant Yard Act. Right, these guys, Space Moth. I don't really know a lot about Space Moth, but again, it's female-fronted psych rock, and it's absolutely lovely. Very sort of very melodic. You know, not particularly rocky, but you know, again, Space Moth. If you haven't heard of them, then really, you know, I think you ought to. This album is called No Past, No Future. It's brilliant. And then from Dublin, the absolutely brilliant Fontaines DC, Skinty Fear, their third album, I think. And, you know, I can't get enough of these guys. I was going to show their second album that was, I think, from 2019, Hero's Death, but I thought I'll show this one instead because I think I prefer this one. You know, I mean, Roman Holiday, The Couple Across the Way, the title track, Skinty Fear, and then a single that I think if you've heard one track by Fontaines DC, it's probably this, which is Jackie Down the Line. And as I say, I'd recommend this album anytime. But the band I went to see in 2022, one of the bands I went to see in 2022 were these guys. And this is Mathiel from Georgia in the USA. It's very much, it's alt rock, it's a bit gothy, a bit bluesy, and it's you know, they're a duo. It's led by sort of Alina Mathiel Brown, and guy Jonah Swilly or Jonas Swiley, who I think also produced the album. They're a really good live band. Tracks on here, Jeff Goldblum, Lighthouse, which I think was a single. Really good track. Blood in the Oak, which is very sort of gothy. But again, I saw them at the Broodnow Social Club, and they're absolutely brilliant. Yeah. So there you go. There's the right up. There's the inner. It's on lovely red vinyl, and there you go. There's the lyrics as well. Right. So that's 2022. Now 2023. A band that I absolutely love. This is Squid. This is Oh Monolith. Again, they're a bit punky, bit difficult. Difficult to describe them. Quite sort of quirky, particularly sort of lyrically. There's a nice sort of poster that that came with the album. They're really good. This is, you know, definitely one of my albums of the year, called Oh Monolith, and it's a follow-up to Bright Green Fields, which was another brilliant album. And I just show this one briefly. It's Civic, Taken by Force. This was Ben's favourite album of the year, and I completely understand why. You know, it's great. There we go, red vinyl. It's got a nice sort of poster in there. But yeah, that's Civic from Australia. Ben's favourite album of the year so far. And then this one, Modern Cosmology. I've shown it before. What Will You Grow Now? It's the side project of a singer from Stereolab, Laetitia Sadier. It's got very sort of, you know, Brazil sort of psych rhythms to it. Laetitia's lovely voice, you know, what's not to like? Again, you know, I love this album. Laetitia Sadier's got a solo album out in the new year, and that's also on pre-order. So there you go. Now, finally, you know, I said it's all going to be bands that I've seen live perform the album live. Well, this is the exception. This is the fantastic John. I've seen John more times than I can remember. They're absolutely brilliant. And this is their latest album, The Life Diagrammatic. But I've not had a chance to see them tour it yet. But they're at the Broodnell Social Club, middle of February. And guess where I'll be? At the Broodnell Social Club, middle of February, watching these guys. It's straightforward punk, you know, duo. John Healy, who plays the guitar, John Newton, who plays the drums and does the vocals. They always put on an absolutely fantastic show. So the standout tracks on here are Service Stations, I really like, Trauma Mosaic, and a track called A Whole House. I showed this one before when I did my October new vinyl, but you know, as I say, I'm really looking forward to going to see John as I always do. So hope that was okay for you, Ben. It's a bit long, but there you go. Any opportunity to show some new music, I'll jump on that. So until next time, bye.